Giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakah HaKwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and a sincere shalom to the Akim that's out there pushing in sincerity and the truth and the sound doctrine. This is going to be a quick video, man. Clearing some things up about the Passover, man. All right. First thing, as you can see in the title, man. First off, man. What has to be known about the Passover is one important thing. It is not a celebration. Let me repeat that. The Passover is not a celebration, man. Okay? It is not a celebration. Okay? I would have to ask, what are you other Israelite camps celebrating for, man? What are you celebrating about? You're not saved. You haven't been redeemed. You're still here. Right? It is not a celebration. For all you other Israelite camps out there, that goes for ISUPK, IUIC, Sakari, all of you clowns, man. It is not a celebration. And that's what you guys treat the Passover like, man. One big ass bash, man. One big ass lamb dinner. It is not a celebration. It is not a lamb dinner, man. Okay? This is a very serious thing. And people that claim to fear the Lord, man, for people that claim to fear the Lord, y'all really are not showing it, man. Having beach parties, yeah, man. Having announcements like some big ass rap show, man. Yeah, man. March 5th. Well, that's when it is, man. That's when the Passover is. So let's say, yeah, man. March 5th, be there, man. Do this and do that. Like some big. We gonna have reservations, man. We can really have all that shit, man, with the rap beat playing in the back, like it's some damn show, man. You niggas, man, y'all niggas need to get right, man. And that's what you are, man. You niggas. If you having parties, beach parties, claiming that the Lord's Passover, right? You're going off. It's not a celebration, man. It's not. Right? And it really gets under my skin when I see that shit, man. This is not a celebration. Okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into this. This video is going to break down kind of what the Passover is all about. Not so much into it because we all pretty much know. But this is a reminder, man, for all the people out there that on the outside that listen to this stuff. Remember, the Passover is not a celebration, man. All right. And if you dare get on this comment board and say, yeah, well, brother, you going off this, that, the other, man, I'm not answering it, man, because it is what it is. You're going off. Okay, anybody that think the celebration is a Passover, the Passover is a celebration, right? You're going off straight up, man. You're going off. All right. So again, man, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down, because we reread this chapter in the Passover, man. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down. I'm not going to read this whole thing. I'm going to jump a little bit. I'm just going to hit certain key points. All right. So this is the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 1. It says, and the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, in the land of Egypt, saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the the year to you. So pretty much the Passover is a new year. Right? It's the true new year. All right, because everything is get ready to start blooming. All right. Plants are get ready to start, coming back, the plant life and everything everything get ready, really start blooming. All right. Plants, everything, insects is ready to start coming out, all that stuff. So it's getting warm. It's getting ready to be full of life. Okay. So that would be the true new year. See, this devil does everything backwards. Instead of spring, there's a reason why it's called spring, being the new year. All right. They have winter, being the new year, where everything is dead. January 1st, all right, is not the new year. Okay? It would be around March. That would be the new year. Okay? Because that's when but you got to remember, before there were no months, January, February, March, April, May, June. It wasn't all that. It was the seasons. We followed the seasons. That's why when we told time, we had the sun and the moon to tell time, man. All right. We look at the position of the sun and we'd be like, oh, yep, it's noon. Right. Yep, it's evening, which would be sunset or whatever. Right. We didn't have no 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. We didn't have all that. So that's how you know. So it doesn't make any sense for the new year to be in winter, especially if we was following the seasons and how everything worked. If everything was still dead, you know what I'm saying? Why would we consider that the new year if everything was still dead? When everything starts growing and regrowing and it's like rebirthing, pretty much reincarnation and bringing forth life, that would be the beginning of a new of that's like saying a dead that's like saying a dead baby is useful, being born dead. That makes absolutely no sense. That's not bringing forth life. That's just death. You know what I'm saying? So it only makes sense. Just like it's just like 12 o'clock at night, because that's what the hell it is. At night, it's considered the new day. Everything is so backwards with this devil, man. All right. 12 o'clock is considered the new day. Instead of when the sun rises, it's not a new day. That's when everybody gets up and go to work. So you're telling me the day changes while I'm still awake and shit? Well, I mean, you could be up all night or whatever, but I'm just saying, like, the sun literally just went down about 7, maybe 8 o'clock. I mean, maybe about 7, maybe 7:30. A couple hours later, that's considered a new day. Are you serious? Instead of when the sun rises and when everybody's actually waking up, going to work or doing whatever, that would be considered a new day, right? Anyway, so yeah, this is the beginning. So this is considered the new year, right? So it says, this verse 3: Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day, all right, of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house, all right? And if the household be too little for the lamb, all right, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it, all right? So if it's too much, give it to your neighbor, all right? It says, according to the number of the souls of every man, according to his eating, all right, shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb, here we go. Watch this. Your lamb, because we was just having a conversation about this a couple of days ago. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Let me stop right there. All right. Now we was just having this conversation a couple of days ago. Me and the brothers, the brother Pashai and the water, they were there too. All right. Then he actually made mention to this as well. When you have a lamb of the first year, see, everybody wants their lamb, tender and all that stuff, man. Well, a lamb of the first year is really, really hard to eat. You know what I'm saying? It's much harder to eat. You know what I'm saying? So that right there is in itself proves that this is not some type of luxurious steak lamb dinner. For all the brothers to get together and just indulge in a bunch of lamb. That's not what the fuck this is about, man. Okay, so that's what that is, man. All right. So that right there that's one of the things that proves that no, this is not meant to be a nice lamb dinner, right? Because you're gonna have a hard time eating a lamb of the first year, man. Okay. It says, ye shall take it out from the sheep and from the goats. All right. And ye shall keep it up until now. Now I'm going to jump from here. Okay, because like I said, I'm just getting to the main point. Then you eat it, obviously not raw nor sodden, at all, with water or whatever, right? But roast it with fire. Okay. Don't put no seasoning on there, don't put no salt on there, nothing. Don't do none of that. Okay, don't do none of that. Just get it, throw it straight on just throw it, on the fire, or however you want to do it, grill it, however you going to do it, man. Make sure it's not raw, all right? Make sure that you ain't salting it or whatever, because you already know that's what these camps are doing, man. See, there's a strict order in how to do things with this Passover, man. All right, there's a strict order of how to do these things, man. But people don't do it. You people out there, you so-called other Israelite camps out there, man. And I say so-called, man, because y'all being like the heathen, right? Y'all don't do it, right? They don't teach y'all none of this stuff. It clearly tells you what to do, what not to do, how to treat the Passover, and how not to treat the Passover, man. Ain't no beach party, and y'all doing videos with the music in the back, right? You got people doing dances up on stage. Like, they just having a grand old time, man. That's not what the Passover is, man. It is not a party. It's not a celebration. It's not a lamb dinner, right? It's a solemn. Let me get solemn real quick. There's a reason why I got that. All right. Assembly, solemn assembly, assembly, sacred, or festive meeting. All right. Well, that's assembly. I wanted solemn. No, I didn't want. Man, God damn it. Phone, man. Whatever. Well, that's why I got it here, though. All right. Solemn. Okay, here we go. Solemn. Okay. It says marked by the invocation of a religious sanction. All right. Marked by observance of established form of ceremony. All right. And a ceremony is not a party. Okay. We have a ceremony. It's serious. All right. And it's no joking matter. All right. It is no joking matter. Okay. All inspiring. Marked by grave sedateness and earnest sobriety. Okay. So somber, gloomy. Okay. Obviously the Passover is not nothing festive and joyful. You know what I'm saying? And Passover ain't nothing to be joyful about, man. And I'm going to go more into that, as this video goes into, as this video goes on. Now, let me go back. Now look at this up here, man. Formal and dignified, all right? Not cheerful or smiling, serious. Tim looked very solemn, all right? He swore a solemn oath to keep faith, all right? Characterized by deep sincerity. So solemn is not nothing to be joyful about, partying and dancing and doing dance moves up on stages and stuff like that, rapping and singing with karaoke night. All that other bullshit that you other Israelite camps do, man. It ain't none of that stuff, man. Beach parties, strip clubs, booties in your faces and stuff like that, man. That is absolutely not the Passover, man. Right? That is not the Passover. The Passover has nothing to do with that, man. You seasoning that shit up real nice. You making sure it's nice and cooked right. Right, obviously you should make sure it's cooked right. Obviously, make sure it's not raw. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about seasoned. You know what I'm saying? Soaked in water, seasoned, buttered, all that shit, man. Passover ain't about that. The Lord requires perfection, man. At least the most we can. Not no bashes or nothing like that, man. All right, none of that crap, man. Okay. Well, it's serious about this, man. All right. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Let me start up here, verse 9. It says, "Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire his head with his legs, and with the pertinence thereof." All right. "And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire." Obviously, you do what you can with that. Just pretty much don't have it in your house. All right, don't have it in your house. The next day, if whatever's not eaten, you throw out that same moment, and you take it out your house, man. That same moment. If you got some lamb left over, whatever else you eating with that, man. All right. And make sure you're eating the right stuff too with that lamb, man. That's very important as well. All right. And it's not a dinner, man. It's not a big ass dinner. Okay. But whatever is not eaten and you realize that shit's still on the table and it's not eaten, throw it out. Get it out your house right then and there, man. Throw it out. Get it out your house. All right. Um, It says, this is verse 11. It says, "And thus shall ye eat it, all right, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover." Right. Not no big ass celebration, man. All right. It said eat in haste. You know what you're doing? Y'all eating and talking shit. You know, y'all eating and having this grand old conversation, man. That ain't how it's supposed to be. Right? Man, you're supposed to be eating, and while you're doing that, man, you're supposed to be praying, thinking what you could get right on, man. That's what the point of the Passover is, man. It's a memorial, and I'm going to get into that. All right? So, yeah, man, you eat, you know, your garments on, all that stuff, man. Whatever you got on, man, you eat. You eat with that on, man. Okay? They say eat in haste. The Passover is supposed to be hasty anyway, man. It's supposed to be fast anyway. All right? So even when you eat, yes, it's supposed to be hasty. Right? Not no, you know, gathering or no getting together, man. That ain't what that's about, man. Okay? Not some party. All right? You still, you know, you got the women and you got the children standing around talking and shit like that. That ain't what that is. No, man. You're going off. You're going off. Way off. Okay? Verse 12. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Now look, picture this, right? Picture this, and you know, the elder, you know, here, Karatas Abba, you know, we was having this conversation. Picture this. You in the Lord's Passover. Now what I just now read, picture that in your mind. These 3 verses, all right, or 4 verses. Picture this in your mind. You done the ceremony, right? And as you're doing the ceremony or whatever, so you sit there, you're eating in haste, you're praying, and, you know, obviously asking, you know, that's what the Passover is anyway. You know, you're constantly, you know, praying and asking the Lord to forgive your sins and everything, watch over you and all that, man. Right? Meanwhile, while you're doing that, it's solemn and it's quiet, right? Meanwhile, while you're doing that, you are hearing now, as you're eating with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, right? And you're eating in haste, this is happening. Verse 12. The Lord is smiting all the firstborn, all right, in the land of Egypt, right? Both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt, I will execute judgment. I am the Lord, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Imagine that. Picture that. Picture that in your mind. You're hearing the screams, especially of the mothers, because this was the firstborn sons, right? So especially the mothers. You're hearing all these screams. You're hearing the slaughter. You're hearing the bloodshed outside, right? You got to sit there. You got to listen to that, man. Right? Picture that. Picture that in your mind, man. And you telling me, you telling me that what these other camps are doing is right? And that Passover? You got to picture that in your mind, man. This goes back to the question I asked at the beginning of this video. What are you celebrating about? You're not saved. This devil's still over you. You ain't saved. The Lord didn't deliver us yet. So what are you celebrating for? There's nothing to celebrate about. You know what I'm saying? Now, it says, and the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are, right? And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, okay? And the plague shall not be upon you, all right, to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. The Lord is a very, very scary power, man. It's a very scary power. Now, when you go into the Feast of Unleavened Bread, okay, And this shall be unto you for a memorial, a remembrance of what? Redemption, you dumb niggas. Redemption. Having a party, having beach parties and stuff like that is not memorial. It's not a memorial, and it's not having it's not it's not a memorial. You're just having a party. Hell, I could have did that. Oh shit, and I could have did that all year round for all that. You know what I'm saying? Now, while you may make the argument, well, man, brothers, man, they get together, and Esau hates that. I don't give a goddamn, man. Don't get on my comment board with that. I don't care. Esau gonna get his fate. I don't give a shit what Esau hate, man. Right? I care about what the Lord hates, man. I care about what the Lord doesn't want and what he does want. I don't give a shit about Esau. You people give too much goddamn credit to Esau, man. Yeah, man, because Esau, they hate it when we get together. So what? That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing, man. I don't care about what Esau hate, man. Right? I don't give a goddamn about what he hate or what he love, man. I care about what the Lord hate and love, man. The hell with Esau, man. Out of your damn minds. Right? You had Jake that hated the hell out of the heathens. And guess what? They were still wicked. So you know what? The Lord still got him. The Lord still got him. You better come right when you come with the Lord, man. Right? Right? You better come right. Oh man, yeah, because they brothers, man. They brothers. Why you hating on your brothers, man? Because they doing it wrong. They doing everything wrong. They doing everything contrary to the doctrine. They doing it wrong. Right? Completely opposite. It don't matter whether Esau hated it or not. I don't give a shit. Right? So it says, and this shall be to you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast day, a feast to the Lord, Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, throughout your generations. Throughout your generations. Meaning all your generations. You get people out here that say, like, if we read, let your woman keep silence in churches and stuff like that, right? You get people out there, well, they say, well, that was then, this is now, and whatever. The Lord said what? The law. Keep this law throughout your generations. That means even up to today, you idiot. So it's even this. How many Israelites you know doing this, man? And then let's go even deeper. How many Israelites you know doing this the right way? See, this is why all these other camps hate us, right? This is why Sakari, yeah, man, we were IUIC, man. We with the Wi-Fi, man. We were all them. Yeah, that's good. That's good. The Lord is separating y'all from us. The Lord is separating all y'all from us, man, because all of y'all do the Passover pretty much the same damn way. Parties, celebration, stripper poles, all that stuff, man. Every last one of y'all do that, and you know within the parties, you know it's a bunch of adultery going on up in there, having your woman around a bunch of other men. Come on, man. The Lord is about purity, and we have to be as pure as we can be, especially coming into the Passover, man. Coming into whatever congregation. When you come into the camp, you better be as pure as you can be, man. When you're dealing with the Lord's business, man, the Lord is all about purity and perfection. Obviously, we can't keep it to 100%, but we can keep it at least a good 90, maybe even 95%. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta do the best of our ability. But y'all jakes out there, y'all don't want to do that. Y'all want to feel good. Y'all don't want the affliction. You know what I'm saying? But you don't realize that you are being afflicted. So that goes back to my question. What the hell are you celebrating about when you're still, your black asses are still here being afflicted? Idiots, man. Right? So this is all generations. Now, when you go into the Feast of Unleavened Bread, man, this is pretty much a full week. You know, you take all the bread, whatever product or leavening product has, yeah, that's just pretty much said it. Whatever has leavening, take it out your house right after the Passover, right? Or you can do it before the Passover, whatever, however you want to do it, whatever. Take it out your house. I don't know what you want to do with it. Take it out your house, right? For a full week. So in this case, March 5th is Sunday. So from Sunday to Sunday, right? Take it out your house. Any leavening agents or any leavening products, rising products, take it out your house, right? Just take it out your house, right? Because it's the feast of unleavened bread. Now I'm not going to read all this right now. The video kind of going on a little longer than I thought, but just to get the basics of it, and what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Around Egypt with Pharaoh, all right. He was getting ready to kill the firstborn sons, and that's what this is about. All right. It is a memorial, not a celebration, not a steak, not a lamb steak dinner. All right. None of that crap, man. Not a festive gathering. Okay. A solemn assembly, a memorial, something that's very serious. Right. Affliction. So like an affliction. All right. So for a full week with this feast of unleavened bread, right? For a full week, no leavening. It's pretty much a week-long Sabbath, if you want to say. No leavening, right? None of that stuff, man. Okay? Now, Memorial of Redemption, right? That's what I was mentioning earlier. This is a memorial of redemption, redeeming. This is an example of the Lord watching over us, redeeming. You notice right around Passover, things really start kicking up, man. There's a reason for that. People start getting removed. People start passing away. There's a reason for that, man. Right? There's a reason for that. Right around Passover time, man. Something major happens in the world, right? Last few of them was like that, man. But every single Passover, something happens. Whether it be small or great, but it usually is always great. But the smallest thing is great because it always has an impact on the economy. When the C-19 virus hit here, you know when that was? That was right after Passover. I'm talking about when it really started hitting here. You know when that was? That was right after Passover. Literally right after Passover. Well, before that, it was some type of, I think, some women's march or some gay march that had got caught on fire or whatever. But then, not even a day after, that's when that thing really started hitting and things started shutting down. It was literally right after the Passover. Literally right after. That's what happens, man. Right? This is this is Exodus chapter 12, verse 23. Right? And like I said, I'm not reading this whole thing. All right. I'm just kind of getting the main point. All right. It says, for the Lord, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI will pass through to smite the Egyptians, and when he seeth the blood upon the lintel, all right, and on the two side posts, all right, which obviously we can't exactly do that part right now because, well, for obvious reasons. All right, I'm talking about smite, putting the blood over the doorposts and stuff like that. Obviously, we can't do that for obvious reasons. All right. It says now. I don't know if you can do you whatever. It's just not a requirement right now because, again, what was the point of YAHAWASHI sacrifice, man? All right, what was the point of that? You know what I'm saying? It was for this reason today. With certain things that we can't do, right? The Lord is pretty much like a you know how you go to the doctor, you get some type of some letter for work or whatever. That's pretty much what that is. All right, because you had to miss work. And you get a letter and stuff like that. Yeah, that's pretty much what this is. All right. It says the Lord will pass over the door, all right, and will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto your houses to smite you. All right. So that's what this is about, man. It's a redemption a memorial of redemption, man. A good example of a good example of redemption. The Lord redeeming us from sudden destruction, man. Right? The redeeming us, man. All right, for all those that stay faithful to Him. You know what I'm saying? So this is a really, really good example of that. So, like I said, this wasn't going to be a very, very long video. This did, and if you want to read this for yourself to get a full understanding and in depth of what the Passover is about, it's really simple, man. And that's the one of the greatest benefits of being in the truth, man. Everything is simple, man. If you can get it, right? It's simple once you cross over. I mean, certain things, it can still be a little shaky. But once you get the concept of everything, and once you in this thing and you praying and stuff like that, and you asking for the wisdom of the scriptures, you realize how much more simpler things are, man. You realize how much more simpler the world, how much more simpler things can be for you when you conducting yourself out here in the world. Like, for example, there's only two genders, right? There's only two genders. You got this world with all this confusion saying, no, it's this gender and it's that gender, when the scriptures it's just two genders. It don't matter what you are. I mean, you could sit up there and say you're a transformer, but that spirit in you is still going to be a male or female. No matter what I know you really can't change it, man. I don't care how many surgeries you get, you really can't change it. So that's how much more simpler things become when you're in this thing, man. Right? And you really start seeing that. So even with this, it's not very much to the Passover. It's really not. But you got Jake out here in this world that want to make it so much more than what it is. Having parties, having great festivities, having great festive gatherings and stuff like that. It is not all that, man. It is not. Spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on a Passover, man. It is not all that, man. Right? It is not all that. It is very simple. But you got Jake that wanna change, go into their own righteousness, go towards their own righteousness, go towards their own glory, and change it the way they want to change it, man. Yeah. Passover 2023. Be there. 5 o'clock, 6 p.m. Be there. Bring whoever, man. That's how they do, man. With the rap music in the back. You got the guys standing there trying to look intimidating and shit with their arms folded. You guys are a bunch of clowns, man. You guys are just a bunch of damn clowns anyway. Giving all praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, Shalom.